Before we jump into our main story, let me start by saying this. The problem is not Raila Amolo Odinga. He's not the problem. The problem are these Kenyans who every election time, they elect bad leaders. They impose bad leaders on us. They are the problem. And if you look on how Kenya's been voting in the recent years, the mountain is coming out as having contributed largely to that problem. So I won't be wrong to say that the mountain might be the problem. If the mountain can have its politics right, then Kenyan politics will be right. And I'm saying that because they normally use their numerical strength to impose bad leaders on Kenyans. If the mountain can get it right, then Kenya will get it right in terms of our politics. But it appears the mountain is not willing to get it right. So it forces William Ruto to swiftly take action for the mountain to get it right. And something also tells me very strongly that the gods are using William Ruto to correct our bad politics. William Ruto is succeeding in dividing the mountain vote. If the mountain vote is not divided, they will still continue imposing bad leaders on Kenyans. So a divided mountain is very good for Kenyan politics. A united mountain is very bad for our politics. At least on that, let's congratulate William Ruto. His attempts, his political maneuvers will eventually allow Kenyans have good leaders. If Ruto succeeds in dividing the mountain, Kenya will be able to elect good leaders. We now have Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East, and that's very good for our future politics. Nobody knows. William Ruto still has about 3 years to serve Kenyans. We don't know what might happen in these 3 years. Nobody knows. Maybe William Ruto can turn around to be among the best presidents Kenya has ever had. Let's keep on praying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm also a little bit disappointed that some Kenyans who have all along been in the struggle for good governance, they are also not seeing this high-level octane politics being played. Some are being tempted to sympathize and to perpetuate the bad ethnic politics that the mountain has all along played. Right now, the mountain is succeeding in creating an impression that Raila Odinga is bad. That is the problem. And that has the potential of making other Kenyans sympathize with the mountain's position. And if Kenyans do that, they will just be helping the mountain in perpetuating their bad ethnic politics. And they'll continue imposing bad leaders on Kenyans. That's what I've personally observed. And that's why I've been analyzing politics the way I've been doing it in this forum. You know, I will be of no use to Kenyans if I just do political analysis without calling out some things I believe are going wrong. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm calling out things that I strongly believe are going wrong. The mountain has hatched a plot to portray Raila Odinga as bad so that Kenyans can sympathize with the mountain in order to help the mountain further their ethnic and emotive politics. That's what I'm seeing happening here. Let's now jump into the Subaru Boys story. If you're watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's continue. Let's look at things objectively. Let us apportion the blame where it squarely lies. The problem is not Ruto, not Raila. The problem are these individuals who brought Ruto into power. Let's have a look at this interesting story. New details have emerged regarding an incident where police attempted to prevent former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua from attending a church function in Nairobi. The alarming situation unfolded at the Priesthood Fellowship Church, located in Kahawa West, where Gachagua was scheduled to participate in a service. According to eyewitness accounts, a group of detectives in unmarked Subaru vehicles claimed that Gachagua's presence posed a breach of national security. This assertion raised eyebrows and sparked concerns over the implications of such actions against a former deputy president. Despite the police efforts, Gachagua arrived at the church accompanied by his spouse, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, as well as other political figures including Murang'a County Senator John Newton and members of Parliament Wanjiku Muhia Kipipiri, James Gakwe Embakasi North, Samuel Parashina Kajiado South, and Major Dong Embakasi Central. In a surprising turn of events, Bishop J.J. Gitahi, the leader of the Priesthood Fellowship Church, was reportedly ordered to cancel the event and prevent Gachagua from entering the premises. This directive has raised questions about the extent of police authority and the right to religious assembly in the country. While Gachagua did not publicly comment on the situation, the incident highlights growing tensions between political figures and law enforcement in Kenya, weeks after the former DP impeachment. Yes, so the Subaru boys attempted to block Rigathi Gachagua from participating in a church service at Kahawa West in Nairobi. I don't support that because every Kenyan has a right to assemble, to go to church, and to congregate. So the police here clearly, they were trying to break the law. But having said that, I still remember last year during opposition demonstrations where Rigathi Gachagua was fully in church and he was supporting these acts. What goes around comes around. As much as we are condemning this, we should also remind those in power that power is temporary. When you hold a public office, use that office to protect the people. Don't use your office to injure the people. When Rigathi was the de facto deputy president of Kenya, he allowed himself to be drunk with power and he used his office very badly to injure some other Kenyans. We used to see opposition supporters being harassed, being killed. Opposition leaders could not be allowed to hold their rallies. Right now, Rigathi is being served from the same dish he served others. This should be a warning and a lesson to even the current crop of leaders in William Ruto's government. They should not use their offices to oppress others. I think that's something coming out very, very clearly. And now to the church. The church is a very big letdown to Kenyans. If William Ruto can start cracking down on these churches, such as this one now hosting Rigathi Gachagua, we know that Rigathi is fond of going to this church and listening to the church leader of this church speak. It's all insults and incitements. these are some of the churches William Ruto's government should move with speed in making sure they are closed down. These are not churches. These are business premises being used by divisive politicians to incite and to divide Kenyans. Ruto's government, now that has shown intention of organizing our politics, making our politics right, let him jump to these fake churches. If he does that, there will be sanity in our churches. Let me stop it there. If you're watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.